Now let's go back to the SoCon tournament, the Southern Conference, where we have Western Carolina, the 8th seed, actually leading the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. What a game so far here. If Greensboro loses this game, they'll still be in the postseason. They'll just be in the WBIT. And it opens up for the second seed if they lose, or the third seed. To make the WNIT as an automatic qualifier. So we'll see though. That'd be huge if Western Carolina was somehow upset. It was an upset though. They had a loss to Wofford, their only conference loss. That was by like over 20 points. So it can happen.
Non-shooting situation. Had one to give. You're making a sub here with 7.8 to go. Is that a special play, a wrinkle that you've put in an inbound play?
It has to be. One of my thoughts, it has to be. This is for offense for sure.
Beans right back to the bucket. And the shot blocked by Kane. Still a second to go, and it's going to elapse. And the top seed UNC Greensboro is going to get.
Greensboro is going to be surviving. Here, 1 point UNC, the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. Down up 1 to Western Carolina University, WCU. We have here a blowout already in the Atlantic 10 tournament. Fordham can't do nothing here in the offensive ball. They can't do nothing here. Duquesne up big on Fordham. 28-5. Duquesne can't. Fordham seems like they can't get nothing going on the offensive end. So, wow, that's tough for them. When you just run into those dominant teams, it's kind of tough, though. When you're playing one of them teams. And they finally get a layup at the end of the quarter. And that is it. Duquesne 28, Fordham 7. And the second round of the Atlantic 10 tournament. So that is a tough matchup here if you're Fordham right there. And we have here second quarter. No. We have North Carolina leads Boston College 21-14. Vanderbilt still leads Tennessee in a starting to be a high-scoring game. Appears to be a high-scoring game. 29-24. UNC Greensboro 13-12 over Western Carolina. In a high-scoring game for Duquesne 28. And they're keeping Fordham at a low-scoring pace. 7 in this first quarter. And coming up in a few minutes at 11:30 a.m. Eastern is going to be UNC Asheville after they beat Presbyterian College in the play-in game. The winner of the play-in first round game would advance to play a High Point today, and that was Asheville, the 9 seed. So they could have had top 8 only make it, but they have all teams make it regardless. But you have to play the next. But then you have to do a quick turnaround. And they did. It was kind of in like the pseudo evening session. It was kind of like the women's first round game, then the men's first round game. And Asheville wins in the first round game for the women. So we'll show you some of that game as well. But now let's go to the ACC network here. We'll go back to ACC network, where Boston College battling tough with North Carolina. North Carolina is on the bubble to host in the NCAAs. This year they are 14 in AP polls. If you go by that, they should be in the top 4 seed. Tennessee is a 5 right now. They have a chance to be a 4. But they need to at least get a couple big wins. They at least need to play another ranked team. You know, if they lose to a ranked team in the SEC tournament, maybe they can still be a 4. But they have to get by Vanderbilt, this is a really good Vanderbilt team. You know, because before you thought of Vanderbilt, as a team, competitive, but not like NCAA tournament level. That's why I thought of Vanderbilt for women's basketball, but man, this year Vanderbilt's been solid, especially in a really tough SEC conference, where Tennessee is still ranked 18th and is 8-8 in the SEC. So that just shows right there how tough this SEC conference is. Even Nemo. Let's go to the ACC network. Let's go to the ACC network. Yeah, that close conference.
Both teams looking for some points. North Carolina's gone over 2 minutes without scoring. Boston College missed their last 5 field goals. Navarre around the corner and in. Now all 5 North Carolina starters have scored for the Tar Heels. Daly, North Carolina doing a good job switching 1 through 4 to keep pressure on the ball. Sidbury's gotten that look from 3 a couple of times. 27% three-point shooter in the regular season, and then North Carolina missed the easy one. Samuel on the break. Ivy. The threes were falling for Boston College in the first quarter. It's not been that way here in the second. 0 for 4 from beyond the arc, BC.
4 offensive rebounds, though, for BC. That's a big part of their game plan.
Get another chance in this possession. And nearly, we'll see. No, this will be North Carolina ball.
North Carolina getting help and balance from every player today. They've already played 10, and 9 have scored. It's an excellent job by India Navarre to get checked off in the scoring column.
Navarre Jr. for the Tar Heels out of Apex, North Carolina, with a slight detour to Stanford where she started her career. Chris, boy, she has been stone cold when she has launched the threes in this one. Contested shot on the other end is made by Kennedy Jackson, the grad transfer from Charleston Southern for the Eagles.
Really nice fadeaway.
Usby had it blocked.
Good D from behind, not giving up on the play.
Sidbury working inside for 2, and maybe, no, they're going to call it off. Offensive foul instead.
So that is a nice little push there by both teams. They're trying to play 2 different styles, so North Carolina is trying to just blow up in the game, and Boston College is trying to keep it competitive, and they're kind of clashing here. And right there, you can see that. So, props to Boston College for keeping it close. Now we have this. We're back to SoCon here. The SoCon quarters. back to the first of 4 SoCon women's quarters. The women will play in the late morning, early afternoon tomorrow. And there are some kids from area Asheville schools going to attend this early game. And they're going to have maybe, which is awesome. And then we have here, and then we'll have the women that play in early session on Friday as well tomorrow. They'll play in the morning, and then the first semi will be in the morning, late morning, early afternoon at 11 a.m. Eastern, and then 1:15 Eastern will be second semi. So they'll do it, and then they're doing that because, they could do it at the night session, playing the night session on Friday, but they're not doing that though in the evening. But they're not doing that probably, presumably, I'm assuming, just because the only reason I would say that is because of the fact that the afternoon session, they're playing in that early afternoon, like noon on Sunday on ESPN for their final. So I'm assuming that they have something to give them, try to give them close to 40 hours rest, 48 hours rest for their championship game for both teams.
Howard for Lee.
Which I don't blame them.
Man-to-man for Western Carolina. You just see the confusion a little bit, don't you, on the offensive side for UNCG? They have to take a second to see what's going to be open.
Lee drove baseline and got bumped. Trina Patterson, 9th year at Greensboro, but spent time as a head coach at Albany, Maryland Eastern Shore, William and Mary, was an assistant for Old Dominion, and for Tara Vanderveer at Stanford, a couple of stints on the Team USA staff, a wealth of basketball history and knowledge.
Yeah, and I know we already mentioned the fact that she played for Debbie Ryan, the great coach at UVA, was recruited by Gino. Dot played with Don Staley. She knows a thing or two about basketball greats, I'll tell you that.
I asked her yesterday if there is pressure because they're the #1 seed, pressure because she's never led a team to the NCAA tournament as a head coach. Jonathan Sippis is going to use a timeout, and he said, there's no pressure.
That is it. The SoCon. Greensboro takes a 21-12 lead, up 9 points on Western Carolina here. And that is good. It's not bad though to be up 9 now. Forced your point to take a time, especially after a slow start that quarter. You thought you had it within reach still, playing good defense, and you just weren't able to extend the lead out. Now, Duquesne, however, is just kind of asserting their dominance on Fordham here. 37-12 here. It is just all over for Duquesne here. And that's the line in second round. The top 2 rounds, the first and second rounds, are on ESPN Plus. And then the quarterfinals will be on Peacock. And then the semis will be on CBS Sports Network. And then the final will be on ESPN2. As the CBS Sports Network has Langton action from men's and women's Langton. They do so. And then Peacock has some women's games, but typically it's USA Network has the men's games. But I'm surprised though they don't air on. I'm kind of surprised that the women's games for that. And some of the Peacock airs are like sports games. Like I thought USA Network would go to like a sports network that's like or uses network as a sports network like at night, but they don't, which is typically what usually would at 10, except for like the weekend or for very certain occasions. But then so that's why it's on Peacock because NBC has rates the men's games and then they show a few women's games, but they're on Peacock. Some women's games, not many, but they show some. In conference play, they're on Peacock though, so.
It back up. First 2 points for Davis.
It's still a big lead for Duquesne, but you got to look at the balance right now. Connell misses that one. Ooh, good snatch rebound. And that affected. She got hit in the face or something.
And unselfish play by Duquesne on the second chance opportunity. McConnell had it, gave it.
And that's timeout for them. And 42 for 17 right there.
Here to Blake's. 3 on the way. Off the mark. Jewel Spear, who's been so good late season. Boyd asking for the clear out. The redshirt freshman. And an offensive foul called on Boyd.
Pierre was just watching and seeing what the defense or the offense was going to do, and she stood in there and took the charge. Great rotation and help line defense, and that's the thing about Vanderbilt. If you get beat, allow your support system to come in because they're disciplined enough to stand in there and take a charge just like Pierre did.
It's one of the underrated things about Pierre, I think, too, is just her willingness to get in there and take those charges. It's a lot of steals, blocks, goes out of bounds, and it will go back to Tennessee. And Z Spearman, who we last saw trying to shake off some pain, is ready to come back in the game and will replace Hollingshead. Z Spearman really has been the big spark plug for Tennessee today, and they will appreciate having her back on the floor. How much of Vanderbilt's cold shooting do you think is the Tennessee disruptive defense?
I think it's definitely a tribute to Tennessee's defense, in particular, Talasha Cooper. She's got the defensive.
Now let's go back and let's bring up let's go bring now the Big South game on. Here we have North Carolina 35-28 over Boston College with a minute 8 to go. 2:12 in the second quarter. Vanderbilt 34-32 on number 18 Tennessee. We have Greensboro and Western Carolina and UNC Greensboro in Asheville. Usually you can say it's like Boston College at North Carolina, but no. It is Boston College versus North Carolina because it's in a neutral court. And we got Asheville in UNC Asheville down 9 to High Point early on. Asheville's come off having to play yesterday. That's going to hurt. That hurts them a little bit. And we can also bring the Big 12 and Big 10 tournaments. But I don't know how much we'll bring in. But okay, so we got a lot of games in the medias right now. So let's just go to the SEC network. Let's just run out the first. half on the SC network.
Assignment of guarding McKay. And her level of athleticism is just tremendous.
Spearman bolting through the lane and a blocking foul on Pierre. Her second.
I mean, here's the rebound. Look at the hustle play, the crossover. And then just the athleticism to go up.
And when she grabbed that ball and was able to make her way down the floor, that was a tough angle to grab the rebound and control it.
And control it in traffic.
Yeah.
How about the toughness right now of Z Spearman? Don't know what she did, maybe tweaked her ankle a little bit, but she has come in and come back into this game and just been so impactful.
Well, Nikki, believe it or not, we're about to see the first free throws of the game. We've got 1:19 left in the half. Z Spearman was fouled by Pierre. That was her second. So Pierre's getting a breather on the Vanderbilt bench, and Spearman will be on the line. Spearman had 11 yesterday in the win over A&M. She's really been on a tear late season for the Lady Vols. Battle for the rebound still going on. And a jump ball is going to stay on this end. That's great hustle by Puckett and company.
Well, when you sub Pierre out, and now you're bringing in Mitchell, you're bringing in some size there. She's got to come up with that rebound. You can't give Tennessee second and third opportunities, whether it's an offensive rebound by Tennessee or a jump ball that goes in the direction of Tennessee. You want to have bench players come in and be impactful.
Tennessee out rebounding Vanderbilt here in this opening half. Kanaya Boyd in. She subbed out Sam Spencer. Boyd going to work, denied. That was blocked by Oliver. Bodies on the floor. Another jump ball. This time, though, Vanderbilt will get it back. As Mitchell did a good job down there battling for Vandy.
Well, you saw where Vanderbilt was not going to allow Talasha Cooper to have the ISO on the top of the floor. So what did they do? They sent Michaela Blakes to go blitz her and trap her just to get the ball out of her hands.
Cooper with 4 steals in this first half. Vanderbilt, nice job breaking the press. Final minute of the half.
Yes, I feel like Jordan Oliver has just been so smart in allowing the defense to shift, and then she's finding the open player to definitely be able to dissect this pressure that Tennessee brings.
Shot clock was about to expire, and Waba fires and makes.
When you have balanced scoring beyond your star players of Blakes and Pierre, who account for 44 points, Ayana Moore has stepped up and been fantastic with 11 points. And then you get Wamba, who came in and has given you 5 points. Vanderbilt is really one of those teams that's about a game of runs.
And that will end the half. What an opening half. Vanderbilt finished it on an 8-1 run to retake the lead.
How about Wamba right here? Awareness of the shot clock with the one-legged three-point shot, knocking it down. Tennessee, again, defensively. Tennessee had no field goals in the last 4 minutes and 45 seconds. This Vanderbilt defense tightened up.
A volunteer state shootout between Tennessee and Vanderbilt. It has not disappointed in the first 20 minutes. Let's send it to Dari Noka, Kelly Harper, and Steffi Sorensen. And by the way, Dawn Staley for the Academy Sports and Outdoors Halftime Report.
Welcome to it. It is indeed the Academy Sports and Outdoors Halftime Report. And yes, indeed, Dawn Staley will join us here in just a few minutes. But what a fast, fun, entertaining first half. What jumps out? Right?
I'm on the edge of my seat because obviously this is very intense. Obviously the way Vanderbilt started.
So we have here 36-30 now. But North Carolina over Boston College. We have 39-33. Vanderbilt leads number 18 Tennessee. Western Greensboro 20-16 over Western Carolina. And Fordham, they actually picked it up a little bit in the second quarter now. Now they were at 17. Now they're at 25, so they've actually kept it almost even with for Duquesne. And that's first half. Or second quarter, I should say second quarter. Not first half, but second quarter. But you can't keep it even though. You have to have a big quarter. You have to kind of have it where you slowly chip away at it, like you might win the quarter by not that much. You might have to win the quarter by 6-7 points, and then win each quarter. So it's. And then you got High Point 18-8 on UNC Asheville. So it's actually we'll end this whip around and we'll go to the SoCon here.